All right, so we're finally back on the hog splitter. I got it in the forge right now. I know I said one more forging session, but I don't really have a whole lot of time left today to forge. But we'll just see what we can get today. So it's in there heating up. Here we go. Well, I got farther than I thought I would, so I think I am done with the profile on it, and we need to clean it up. I was going to punch a hole in the end to hang it up, but I think I'm just going to drill it. It's so big right now. Every time I put it in and out of the forge, it's very difficult to keep it straight because it just wants to bend under its own weight. So I don't know where I'm at on size. 17, 18, 19 inch cutting edge. I think it's probably 30 something inches overall. I don't really know. But I think that's where we're going to end it. And when we come back, I'll get the perimeter, I'll get the profile cleaned up. We'll drill a hole in it and I was going to hammer in the bevels, but like I said, it just, every time I take it in and out of the forge, it's so heavy, it just would bend under its own weight. So I give up hammering the bevels. I'm just going to grind them in, and we'll get a heat treat on it before too long. All right, I got the hole in the hog splitter. I got it profiled up good. I'm happy with the shape of it. Turned out to be 16.5 inch cutting edge with a 12.5 inch handle. So just like last time, my handle is a little straight for when I'm chopping. So I'm going to actually take, whenever I do my heat treat, and I'm going to pull this down just a little bit, and that'll be making it a lot more comfortable. So where I'm at now, I got all my edges profiled and cleaned up. I need to establish a bevel on here. So this is going to be more like an axe than a knife, because we want to be able to cut bone. But where we're at now is actually getting the bevels on it and getting it ready for a heat treat and weighing it. Well guys, we're back, and as you can see, it's Missouri and I'm wearing a sweatshirt. We had a frost this morning. We go from 100 degrees to freezing in a week. So here's the hog splitter. I got me a line drew on the center of it, and I have a line set up to throw some bevels on it. So let's throw some bevels on this and get it ready for a heat treat. All right, it's time to get this big sucker touch mark heat treated. It's going to be interesting. Glad it's cold. bring it up to temperature and we will normalize it. We'll shrink that grain down. All right, when we left off on the hog splitter, I had just heat treated it. I locked it in some angle iron to keep it thick. So after I tempered it at 400 degrees for 90 minutes. So I took the blade, it was really, had a lot of carbon on it and everything. I soaked it in vinegar, tried something new for 2 days. Took a wire wheel to it. Man, it cleaned right up. I'm happy with it. I like the forge marks that are in it. I'm thinking about doing maybe a blued patina on it, but I still gotta finish grinding my bevels, but she's straight. Oh, that thing is so heavy. So, it's big. So, there it is. So where I'm at right now, I'm gonna finish grinding my bevels, and then I think maybe we'll do a blued patina. Maybe I'll show you guys how I do that. So vinegar works. It's something new that I'll probably be doing from now on, especially on something that I'm wanting to leave the forge marks on, because I mean, that is so clean. All right, got some holes drilled in it, got a handle roughed in. I went ahead and used some teak wood. So this teak is repurposed. It was some cribbing from an old shipyard, blocks that had been around forever that they used to stack up and hold the boats up right, because teak doesn't rot. But anyway, teak wood handle, roughed in. It's starting to feel pretty good. All right, guys, we're back. So I got my bevels ground on the hog splitter, but I wanted you to see something. Can you see this right here? And you can see it in here and right here. So that orange color, that is actually rust overnight. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm gonna have to give this blade a quick polish. I gotta be careful, it's actually kind of sharp right there, but so I'm gonna have to give this whole thing a quick polish, get the rust off of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a blued patina on it. That'll help protect it from the rust a little bit, and it'll look pretty cool. So, okay, this is crazy. Got my phone up there. So, the first thing I want to do is clean it. All of the area where I'm going to be bluing it, we want to clean. Now my handle's going to come up about right here. I'm not really going to go any farther than that. You can see that little bit of nastiness on there. We want to get all that off good and clean. All right? Okay. So, what I have is some super blue gun blue. Comes from Walmart, anywhere. Cheap stuff. I've got that in a little cup right here. And I got water right here. Okay? Water, super blue. I'm gonna get me some Q-tips. A lot of Q-tips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my Q-tip in the water a little bit. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get some of this blue. And I'm just going to make a circle right here. And I'll make another one right here.
A little bit of water, a little bit of blue. Make another one. Make a line there. It don't really matter, okay? This is all about the artist eye, right? Alright. So, I'm going to come back to this beginning here. I'm going to get a little water. I'm going to go right in the center of that, and I'm going to work it out just a little bit. Same back to this one. A little bit of water. Maybe a little bit of blue. Like I said, not real important what you got going on here right now. Just kind of going around at it. So, that end of my Q-tip's getting nasty, I just switch it. Kind of color in here and there, mixing up my stuff. Get rid of them Q-tips, get a new Q-tip whenever we need one. Alright, so are you getting the idea? So, in doing this over and over, what I'll end up getting is some interesting colors. Make sure we're up high enough here. So the main goal I'm wanting is to get a protective coating, right? But we get some stuff that might look weird, that's okay too. Okay. Here's our spine. And remember, we got lots of Q-tips. Alright, so I think we're going to stop this one right here and wipe it off. We're not going to oil it just yet. Okay, just going to wipe it off and turn it over to do this side. Alright, here we go. A little bit of water, a little bit of blue, make a dot. So I think I'm liking this where it's at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it and I'm going to rinse it off. Kind of hard to see. Try to get some better pictures whenever we get it finished. Matter of fact, I can't see anything on my screen, so I don't know exactly if you can or cannot see anything. Okay, so I'm getting ready to glue up the handle on the hog splitter. So it is a large handle, to say the least. There's 4 pins in it. I have 5 minutes. You can see how large these handles are. So they're teak wood. I have my pins cut, setting here in order. I have everything in order. My blade is right there, locked into a vise, ready to be buttered, slab slapped on the side of it, pins stuck through it, clamped off, all in 5 minutes. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna video all this because, well, personally I ain't fighting with the camera and working on this. This is more important. So you guys are familiar gluing stuff together. I'm using a JB Weld 2-part epoxy. It's what I always use. I'm also dyeing my epoxy black, and the reason why is because the edge of that blade is blued, so the black will blend right in. It'll look good. But I'm gonna get it glued up and then we'll probably come back and talk about it. All right, it's about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes later, and I'm all glued up. My glue has set up. Look at that, it's even melted the cup. It cracks me up that it always does these cheap cups like that. But I'm all glued up, and we're gonna finish it up tomorrow. I'll be working on the handle tomorrow and getting the final shape on it, getting it sanded and the finish on it, and yeah, we'll finish it tomorrow. Well guys, there it is, the hog splitter, ready to do some work. So, perfect for Halloween. Now I can dig much smaller holes.